Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest and unbelievable, absolutely incredible episode of our favorite Amazon Prime show, The Boys, which dropped its newest episode tonight. Oh my god, so much happened and there's so much to talk about. So before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled review. So if you're not caught up on The Boys Season 3, by Season 3, Episode 6, which is the latest and most recent episode, titled Herogasm, do not keep watching or listening as I will be discussing spoilers. Oh my god. How this show does the shit it does and gets away with it. Well, I know how it gets away with it. It's on a streaming service. You can get away with pretty much anything on a streamer. Oh my god. What an episode. Well, it certainly lived up to the title, which we all knew was coming, Herogasm, as it was announced quite a while ago that would be the title for at least one of the episodes of this season. And I guess it takes its name from the comic. I don't really know much about the comics, but apparently Herogasm is basically what it sounds like, a superhero-only orgy, sex party. And that's exactly what happened. And just coincidentally, the Wonder Twins there, or the TNNT Twins, whatever they're called, happened to be the ones hosting it. And of course, most of our characters were there. I like how everybody says, oh, Frenchie would love this, but nobody has a split-second thought and says, hey, where is Frenchie and Kimiko, by the way? Oh, don't worry about them. They'll take care of themselves getting out of a life-threatening situation with a scary Russian crime boss. I mean, thankfully they did, but still, it was like, come on, guys. Think about your friends once in a while, too. Although everybody was so fixated on this during this episode. You know, Mother's Milk was out to get Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy was out to get Payback, his team. Butcher was after Homelander. Homelander was after Soldier Boy. Huey wanted to protect Starlight. Starlight wanted to protect everyone. And so much happened. It was both hilarious and shocking and graphic, both sexually and violent. And it was a hell of a watch. And to top it all off, I think so many of us, myself included, were focused on the superhero orgy part of this episode that we didn't even consider the possibility. We got an all-out brawl between Homelander versus Soldier Boy, Billy Butcher versus Homelander, and then Butcher and Soldier Boy teaming up on Homelander, and then even Huey getting in on the action. It was beautiful, so exciting, and very, very satisfying to watch. The fight scene between those three, well, four if you count Huey, but he kind of came in at the end there. But between the fights between Soldier Boy, Homelander, and Butcher, respectively, were also well done and incredibly satisfying, and in my opinion, went the way you think they would in the first round. Now, obviously, Homelander survived. In fact, he's probably going to survive the next season, the rest of the season in Season 4, since he is a main character, unfortunately. But he did come awfully close to death in this episode. In fact, this episode showed us for the first time ever, to my recollection, another Soup who could go toe-to-toe with Homelander. The closest may have been Queen Maeve or Stormfront, but Soldier Boy really could hold his own against Homelander and vice versa, because it feels like Homelander could have killed Soldier Boy just as easily. He might have if it hadn't been for Butcher and Huey being there, also both of them being temporarily souped up. I also love the look on Soldier Boy's, Homelander's face when he realizes he didn't kill Butcher and that he was all jacked and souped up. And of course, Butcher was all about that scorched earth. And I loved the fact that for the first time ever in this series, we got to see a physical fight between Butcher and Homelander, even though I thought, well, it's probably never going to happen because Homelander would kill him in an instant. But I love that they introduced this temporary compound V that allows Butcher and Huey to become soups temporarily, and it gives him enough of an edge over Homelander. So that was extremely fun and satisfying and exciting to watch. And the other thing I really liked about this episode too was that I loved Mother's Milk tragic backstory with Soldier Boy, how he lost his grandfather and multiple other relatives when Soldier Boy threw a fucking car into their house, barely missing Mother's Milk but killing everybody else. And then I really loved the powerful scene between Huey and A-Train, and how A-Train genuinely feels regret and apologizes, and I feel like he probably would not have given it a second thought or even cared if he hadn't almost lost his own brother due to superhero collateral damage at the hands of Blue Hawk. And speaking of Blue Hawk, we had to have at least one major death in this episode, so bye-bye Blue Hawk. Great death, too. And I thought, well, he's a soup. Can he take me dragged around 100 miles an hour? Nope, that sucker's dead. And good riddance, too, because he seemed like a racist prick. Although A-Train didn't look too good at the end there. Of course, they left his fate relatively open, so until we actually see him die, I'm not writing him off as dead quite yet. But I also love the tragedy of that scene between Huey and A-Train, where Huey, while amped up and jacked up on this temporary Compound V, gets riled up when he sees A-Train and remembers Robin, his love, his first girlfriend. And even though A-Train authentically apologizes, Huey still fucking decks him. Although A-Train seemed more surprised than pissed. And plus, I think A-Train's focus was Blue Hawk. So hopefully he and Huey can get somewhat back to the weird relationship they had at the beginning of this season, where it was fairly cordial, or at least polite. It was kind of weird, but polite at least. I don't know. But man, what an episode. So much graphic sex and violence in the only way that the boys can do it. Unexpected, super satisfying fight scenes between, Butcher, Homelander, Soldier Boy, respectively. Absolutely loved it. Super exciting episode. And Starlight may no longer be Starlight officially, but she still has her powers, and she is damn still a hero, because that was some brave, ballsy stuff to go live streaming online and basically giving a watered-down version of the truth about just how dirty Vought, Homelander, and a lot of other superheroes are, and how she officially quits the Seven. So now that she's officially quit as Starlight, what's going to happen with her? Feels like she'll probably throw in with the boys for good. Feels like that's where she belonged anyway. But man, what an episode this was. I think the Herogasm stuff fairly lived up to the bizarre, weird, and unexpected, hilarious expectations we may or may not have had. I honestly didn't know what to expect except what the name sounded like, and I think this episode delivered. And of course, the giant penis man from last season would be there. Why wouldn't he be? He's got an enormous that Mother Smoke recognized, and it was dangerously close to Starlight too. Oh, and then, oh my god, the deep going at it with the octopus. Of course, as soon as we saw the tank, I'm like, oh no, he's fucking a fish or something. And sure enough, he's fucking an octopus. Oh, the show. Yeah, they could never air this shit on TV, so I'm glad it's dropping somewhere. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Boys as much as I did. Oh man, what a fantastic episode, and what a fantastic show overall. Seriously. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night. The Boys this season only has 2 episodes left, guys, if you can believe that. Pretty shocking shit, so yikes. Alright, have a great rest of your night. Thanks for watching, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.